Episode number 383.
I'm good with people, even though I'm very introverted. So I think that those qualities in life have helped me get to where I am by being open, adaptable. But I don't get to be this way unless I meditate and focus on me and do a lot of activities that help me stay grounded so that I can attack the world with positivity.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, you know your boy is always fired up, ready to bring you some value or some entertainment or some joy in your days, nights, weeks, or whenever you are listening to the show today. But after this show, I think you're going to want to think about the way you buy. I think you're going to want to think about the way you collect. And someone at the helm of a new form of shopping, folks. Mrs. Monica Martinez. Monica, are you ready to be real?
I am so ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Absolutely. Monica is a great soul. She came across my path, folks, because we worked together on a partnership for the Dream Sports card business that I have. And we went live on a product called NTWRK, folks. NTWRK. And it is a revolutionary app, a worldwide app where people are buying drops from fashion designers, having conversations with the designer, as well as then able to purchase from them. Which I think is a unique way of shopping, as people are obviously shopping all the time on the home shopping network. But take me back into your, story. Were you always interested in apps? Were you always interested in, things like this, technology, startups?
Yeah. So my whole career, I've worked for startups. I've been very into tech. But what originally drew me to NTWRK was because of the fashion. My whole career, I was working in beauty and fashion as a buyer and a merchandiser. Gotcha. So I was originally hired for that. And then it pivoted.
Like all great things in life. Pivot sometimes, you pivot. So it pivoted, and then talk to me about how we came across our paths, because your job now is to, bring NTWRK to more of the collectibles hobby, not only comic books, sports cards, etc., memorabilia, and be able to bring your audience, that buy fashion and buy things like that, buying sports cards. I see my man Moon had a great show a couple of days ago.
Yeah. So I think that, as we've spoken about, when in 2020, the sports cards industry in the US was valued at $2 billion. It's only increasing exponentially. So we're known for a collectibles app with sneakers, streetwear, bear bricks, stuff like that. But there was an internal decision of why are we not putting more of a focus on trading cards, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, MetaZoo, sports, obviously, in addition to comics.
Right.
So, I was lucky enough that our co-founder kind of spearheaded me into the position. He knew that I was able to pivot quickly, and then I fell in love with this industry.
Good for you. I mean, and so tell us about the app specifically. How long has it been around? How long has NTWRK been around?
So we just celebrated our third birthday in October. Yeah. So we are older than our competitions, but, we're building steadily as well. We, again, started out as more of a hype, get this art now type of thing. Right. And we still are a buy it now type of app, not really doing any auctions or stuff like that. But we were the forerunners of live stream shopping in America. And now with, sports cards in particular, everyone's a natural at live stream selling. So it was a perfect mix to start growing this industry on the app, because we already do that.
Right. That's what they're already doing. Just they've already been doing that on Instagram or on another app.
Yeah.
And now they can be introduced to your audience. Obviously, you don't want to overwhelm the app with trading cards, but this has a slot in the rotation, basically.
Yeah. We don't want it to cannibalize. When we have people, you were part of our card show, we gave people time slots to go. You were able to go as long as you want, but we still want I mean, you're in this industry. There are so many good people. It's, like Chicken, who breaks it forward. Really good people, obviously Moon, Refractor Rips, so many good people that I've met and worked with. So I really want to cultivate that environment on the app. I want to make sure that we have quality people, because there also is, a slightly darker side to that.
Well, absolutely. You want to make sure you guys get the packages out. You guys want to make sure that the things that they're doing on the app are legit. There's a piece to making sure that when the live sales, you're paying somewhat of a reasonable comp for this card. I mean, paying somewhat of a reasonable value for the card. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. The person that gets the package is going to be frustrated. I paid $500 for a $200 $2 card, et cetera. And you also want to kind of figure that out too, as well, in the process. That's why I think the buy it now works well, because they get kind of a set value, whether you're buying a product to open or you're buying a mystery pack or a card. Even buying a Charizard or buying something specifically, they know that they're going to get what they basically bought, just like they would on anything else.
Right. And you've seen too, like, we have extensive conversations. I heavily vet people. We even have to approve the shows. So it's not a wild west of people just submitting anything and having it go on. So there's still a level of curation that NTWRK has that I think sets us apart from the competition.
Right. I think that's a very important factor. Very, very important factor. And I was surprised to see the international buyers as well in there. So tell us about, in the sales process, what percentage of the customers do you think are buying from international, would you say?
Well, I think we have so many categories. So I think it ranges. I think with our Murakami or Bear Bricks, there's a cute, I want to say 30% of the buyers come from overseas. Wow. We even have life-size statues that are 10 grand of Iron Man. Is usually overseas, billionaires overseas will purchase stuff like that. So I think with sports cards, it'll be interesting because it's so new. But a lot of people, I don't think the other apps have that functionality. We do. I don't know what people do on Instagram, if they're doing it live. But we do have that option. And I think it'll be really great to see how that'll trickle into other countries. But I'm sure Pokemon will do really well. Not so sure about American sports, but we'll see.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, even I've seen on my eBay store, is a lot of global shipping buyers, of cards. So, and my biggest thought is they probably can't get some of these packs or cards, et cetera, to open for themselves. So just like we buy, China's Tmall or other things like that to pull these certain types of rare cards, they're even just maybe not even getting distribution at their local store. So this is another great way for getting, the product out to more people, really, is what I thought of it too, is more people getting exposed to the hobby, seeing the cards they like, getting a slab. Oh, cool. I got my first PSA slab. I know we got tagged on the IG from several of the buyers that got some fire in their packs when we sent them out. Amazing. Oh yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome to see the people getting their hits in their cards and getting tagged. It's always fun. And but this is the new form of shopping. I mean, this is the new form. So the app's going 24 hours a day. I mean, is it have any downtime?
So yeah, we do have downtime. I think what I touched upon earlier, our level of curation. So we are working towards, usually weekends are downtime, but that's why we started saying, why are we doing that? Let's run shows like the card show that we did. We're now doing that once a month. You and I are going to link about the future one.
There we go. Absolutely.
You're going to be a part of it. But yeah, those were our downtimes, but we're a startup. We move quickly. So we got a directive let's run stuff on weekends. We're let's do it. And I've been speaking with our other breakers on the app because, I watch breaks on Instagram or whatever, when I'm off work. So 6 p.m. Pacific,
at nighttime. Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. I absolutely.
Right.
It's entertainment while you're watching TV.
Exactly. So normally that after 7 p.m., we don't really have shows going, but I'm telling people, let's try to do it late at night. Why not? That's when I watch.
Oh, absolutely. That's when everyone's off work.
Exactly.
Having some drinks or whatever, having fun, and they're free. You know what I mean? To make decisions and not sidetracked and things like that. Weekend, hey, during the weekdays, you still have more free time than maybe during the weekdays on the weekends, but you're still busy. You got things going on in the mornings, etc. But you're talking about the 6 to 8 p.m. and that's the sweet spot of a lot of these breakers that I see. My buddy Mealy Pops, my dude Mealy Pops is in the game. He's a great dude. Runs a card shop and things like that, and he's just always done it right. He typically goes live around 5 or 6 when he's doing his breaks consistently, and that's on the East Coast time, right? So I'm sorry, 5 or 6 my time, so that's 8 p.m. his time. And he goes all the way to midnight, and that's when that's a lot of the Pull Kings and a lot of the biggest hitters are doing these things late. So yeah, at some point you got to get a late night crew in there and just make this thing because why not for you guys? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to it's just making sure you have the team to kind of manage manage the show. That's the main thing. Yeah.
And that's the goal. So hopefully, within the next couple weeks, we start having someone go live later on.
I think that's big. Yeah, I think that's big. Just see how it does and, and see if it makes sense for the team. If it doesn't make sense, then you just say, okay, it doesn't make sense. Leave it for the other apps to go live all the time. And we just pick our times. But seems like it would make sense for a variety of categories, as well as this is when people have free time, completely free. Uninterrupted. Let's just be real. That's when a concert goes. Concerts go at 7 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Right. 7 p.m., not at 12. Exactly. 7 p.m. is when the concert. And usually they're late. Usually they're late. So, coming on an 8 or something like that. I just think of those times. So, but that's amazing. What other categories do you think this can expand in the hobby as far as sports cards, collectibles, autographs, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything. I know, like, I'm recently obsessed with MetaZoo. It's kind of a divide. Like, some people are like, why are you spending your money on that? At least get Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, listen, I know a new wave when I see one.
The founder's legit, dude. The guy, I fall in love with the founders, right? As an investor, folks listening, remember this. If you're investing in stocks, right? Like if you're investing in stocks, it's always awesome to invest in founders. Like when I invested in Elon Musk many years ago, that was a good move. Mark Zuckerberg, people like him, hate him. When I invested in that IPO, good move. And a variety of other good moves. NVIDIA CEO, you can just listen to the guy a few times and understand they're going to take that thing to the moon, and it's gone incredible. It's been a long time. It's been 10 years, but MetaZoo Mike, as they call him in the streets, Mike is an incredible dude. Plus, he's tied up with Steve Aoki, who's an incredible businessman, an entrepreneur, tied to the hobby, and obviously you're seeing it. I definitely, to be transparent with you, got a few booster boxes of the first edition, and a few of the event releases and things like that. Early, I bought them, when they're like, I think the $400 range, and they're probably, I don't know, $900 to $1,000. But it could go way up before there because you can't go back in time, as we know. And
absolutely,
this is definitely becoming something that I've even seen other bigger investors in the hobby say, "Hey, I'm going to be buying these stuff up for the 5-year hold, basically give it 5 years to grow and develop, and it might make a quick money. Oh, make 100%, but it could go way much higher than that, as you see with Pokemon boxes and things like that." And people say, oh, it's too much money now. Well, the hobby's just different. There's more people in the hobby. Pokemon boxes back in the day, 20 years ago, they were $30-$40. Yeah, these are different times, it's just different times. Look at the NBA product. I mean, the cheapest NBA product you can get to open in a hobby box is like $500.
Yeah.
So back in the day, it was like $100 for anything you wanted, like the best stuff. I'm talking about Pokemon. People always relate that to the Pokemon boxes that you see.
Right.
Back in the day, it was like if you wanted to open up Exquisite or you wanted to open the best stuff, it was like $150-$200. The cheap stuff was like $20 to $50 too. The same as Pokemon price. Right. And that was top level hobby boxes of because you were buying packs for $1 at that time. So it's all in perspective, right? When people talk about the prices of the booster boxers, but yeah, I think MetaZoo is huge. Plus, you see the following, right? You see the following.
Yeah, I'm so excited for MetaZoo.
for sure. Get some breakers on there doing MetaZoo. I think as long as people grade the cards and they invest in the cards and they hold the cards too, that's going to be the key thing, because you want to have people not only making money on flipping things and things like that, but you want to have people like myself that do actually collect these things and actually take them out of the population, meaning that they're in my collection. Until you hold them until you want to sell it, right? And then I do have a lot of inventory that is liquid, and you can buy on my eBay store, or we put together a mystery packs. But many of these cards I'm planning on keeping for a while, So you want that too for the MetaZoo or any new product, right? In sports cards, especially if you guys are investing or taking time to think about doing these things, because a lot, Monica, my audience is entrepreneurs focused people, maybe never even invested in a trading card or anything like that ever, but do watch sports and things like that. And more and more people are getting into the hobby, as we know, because that's why you have fanatics and you have these big acquisitions coming into the hobby over time where it's going to be getting bigger. So now is the time to invest if you want to as well. I think this is a beautiful alternative investment, and NTWRK is doing it right.
And it's a fun one too. I mean, to your point, I am one of those people that always watch sports, that loves Pokemon. But before getting this career path, I didn't like my Pokemon cards. My mom threw them away like 15 years ago, So now to get back into it, and I have some Bitcoin, I have stocks, I have ETFs, and I feel like this is another way to, diversify.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And it's more liquid. It is somewhat liquid. Not always. But it is somewhat liquid. It's in most cards or boxes, or if you hold things and you want to sell it 5 years from now, sometimes, not all the time, it's higher, just like a stock, not all the time you hold it. Not all the time you hold anything is up. But usually if you are disciplined and hold over a period of time, like 3, 5, 10 years, it's up beyond what you put in, and you could always cash it out. You could always use that money to then reinvest, put it in something different. And it's a good point. I think the future millennial is diversifying into other things. We're seeing that now. Mm-hmm. And even the big money is coming in and putting in and buying up all the, top Jordans, like, taking up, a lot of the bigger cards where, most people can't afford $700,000 cars or $500,000 cards.
Right.
But this gentleman or female, which I've seen a lot of ladies in the hobby, by the way, on the eBay store and on our sales, seen a lot of females buying cards, is they're diversifying their investments, and so, and around something that's fun, around something that's not just a stock and not just something that's just a ticker symbol. And
it's tangible.
Absolutely.
It's tangible. So.
Absolutely. I've always collected. So I always collected these autographs, folks. When I was a kid, I would send letters and I would collect. And now as an adult, you can, collect with your dollars. You can grade cards. You can open up packs. You can do so many fun things in the hobby. But it is an art investment, just like anything else. You get to look at it, which is beautiful. Unlike your stocks or your, even your crypto, which is amazing. And you see it go up. It's awesome. Let's go. But it's not the same as being able to see it every day. Like I get to see my artwork here, I'm looking at my comic books and some of my
your holy grails too that you'll never sell. I remember you showing those on your NTWRK show.
Absolutely. And I need to pull out some more too, because for our next show.
Is that Vince McMahon behind you?
That is not Vince McMahon. Where's that? That is
the guy with black. No, the one to the other side.
Okay, that's Joe Montana.
Oh, okay. It looks like
JoJo Montana, baby. But I really appreciate you, having us on. And I do think that, folks, this is the new way of doing business. And please check out the app, NTWRK, NTWRK. Let's go.
Yes.
And now we're about to take you into our top 10, Monica. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I reviewed the question, so I know what I'm going to say.
Oh, she's prepared, folks. She's prepared. Let's go. I like that. Apple or Android?
Apple always.
Apple. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram always.
You want to give your Instagram a shout out so that you can get some followers there?
Sure. It's Black Sabbath. So like the band, but with a T instead of Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath.
There we go. And the app is the same NTWRK. Is it NTWRK?
Yeah, NTWRK on Instagram and NTWRK.
That's right. Network, baby. We'll put them both in the show notes as well, folks. You can just easily find that in the show notes. Chicken or steak?
Steak, always.
Steak. Laptop or smartphone?
Oh, that's hard. Oh man, I guess my phone, but
Ooh.
I can't live without either.
That is a hard one to choose. Phones do a lot these days. But nothing like the laptop or desktop to really get into the workflow and get things done when you're trying to get work done. Spotify or Pandora for music?
Spotify.
Movies or video games?
Oh, that's hard too. I can't choose.
You can't choose. What's your favorite video game right now?
Well, over quarantine, I was playing BioShock, finishing all 3 of them.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. My friend sent me a huge package of old Xbox 360 games. So I was going crazy playing Left 4 Dead, LA Noir, just like random stuff that she sent me.
Right.
So yeah, but I'm asking for a Switch for Christmas. So.
Okay. Well, I think you might be getting a Switch then. Let's go. Reading books or listening to books?
Reading books.
And when you're thinking about, diversifying your portfolio, which do you prefer, stocks or real estate or crypto? We could put that in there too. Because you guys down there have crypto.com, the new stadium.
Yeah, I think that I would prefer crypto.
There you go. You have a favorite incoming crypto?
I don't. I need to do way more due diligence on this. And also I would do real estate if I didn't live in Los Angeles. Can't afford it here.
I know that is one where like it's a big boy game or big girl game. Obviously, you talk about big transactions and money and down payments and you can go right or wrong. We don't know. I mean, it's all been going good for a while, but who's gotten burned if the interest rates go up and you lose some properties? I mean, it could go all bad. And then that's when people that are, have been waiting on the sidelines, you want to be waiting ready to go to take advantage of if they want to call it the blood in the streets when that happens, because it could happen again. It could happen again. You could get some value. And then, Airbnb, I know one of my friends are saying just like an Airbnb rental can make you 2 to 3 times more than having a tenant in there. So it's like, dang, that's crazy when you think about it. Like, instead of just having a tenant in there, like make a nice little Airbnb, you're going to have to manage it a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of work to that, but it makes 2 to 3 times more than if you just had a tenant in there.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that, like maybe purchasing property in another cheaper state and just doing that, flying out like once a month to do it, but we'll see.
Or a cabin.
Yeah.
A cabin, because a cabin has the vacation people, has, depending on what's available, if they have skiing and things like that, it has the availability to charge a little more than your normal your house. And it's pretty cheap, supposedly. I know a guy that basically has like 10 cabins. He's in the cabin Airbnb game, and it sounds like that makes sense. It makes sense. Some of these properties in certain areas that are not as desirable, you pick it up for a couple $100,000 instead of a couple hundred, millions, couple millions.
Yeah.
But it still has people that need to come through there, whether they're vacationing to go to Yosemite or wherever you're, anywhere you can think of. There's still people that want to go vacation and want it maybe cheaper than $1 million place. So it all makes sense at the end of the day. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go. Airbnb, another great stock if you want to buy a company.
Another great app too.
Another great app, another great company, an invention that has changed the world in many ways. When you are thinking about a vacation, my friend, what do you would like? Oceans or lakes?
That's also hard to
choose.
I guess lake.
Because you guys you're living pretty close to the ocean down there.
Yeah.
Southern California.
Yeah, but lakes are so cozy and so much fun.
They're different. They're different on the lake. We have lakes out here in Central California. People get turned up on the lake out there. They get tied up on the boats. They get all fired up on the bed, having fun. It's a good old time out there. When you are waking up for your day, pumped, energized, ready to crush it at network and in life, why do you love being you?
You know what? I think that I'm very adaptable, and I am good with people, even though I'm very introverted. So I think that those qualities in life have helped me get to where I am by being open, adaptable. But I don't get to be this way unless I meditate and like focus on me and do a lot of activities that help me stay grounded so that I can like attack the world with positivity. So yeah.
Sure. And if you aren't used to it, taking the opportunity, top on the Be Real show, go do things and explore, basically, if you want to call it, new opportunities and challenges. That's also the beautiful thing about not only life, but what breaks us through anything in life.
Exactly.
And like, brings us more opportunity, so.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, my friend. That is amazing. Do you think you'll ever retire from the game of building life? I mean, it sounds like it's a long ways from way. I know for me too, but do you think you'll retire from the game of life? Do you think you'll ever just say, I'm done, I'm retired?
No, I love working. Go. I love being busy. I'm trying to build, I'm trying to be like a mogul. So
there you go. A mogul, multiple streams of revenue, revenue. Bring it to me. Let's go. I love that. It's awesome. Who's your favorite person or player to personally collect?
I don't think I have a favorite player. I just love doing the NBA most of all. But right now, I would say my favorite like genre is Pokemon and MetaZoo, 100%.
Pokemon and MetaZoo. Do you buy into breaks on those, or do you do anything?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I spend a lot of my money on breaks with people that are on NTWRK, people on Instagram who I'm trying to get onto NTWRK. It's a problem.
There you go. What way? You know what? Hold a few of those. Hopefully PSA opens and we'll be submitting some of them soon. It sounds like they're gonna be opening pretty soon here. Outside of NTWRK, do you have a favorite app on your phone or a tool that you like using?
I am addicted to TikTok.
There you go.
I watch breaks there also, but I also love TikTok for cooking videos or fashion, or it has everything. I love it. The
discovery of what the new content could possibly be, right? Mm-hmm. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Is there a skill you're trying to master right now? Something you're trying to get better at, trying to perfect, trying to just like we all are, I guess, continue to aspire to be better?
I think that I'm just trying to work out a lot more. I think, get
the gun show. Bam, let's go.
Like the holidays, you fall off, but I would really like to get back into a schedule of just really moving my body regularly. I think that does wonders for mental health and for being grounded. So
absolutely. Do you have a favorite exercise or a favorite routine that you like to do?
Yes, love yoga. That's my thing.
Do you guys do the hot yoga down there in LA?
Yes, we do.
That shit sounds crazy to me. That shit sounds crazy. Oh my God.
It's so hard.
Because yoga is crazy. Yoga is like really hard, folks. You guys, and like I've always enjoyed working out and things like that too. Over my journey of being kind of overweight when I was in high school, and then constantly progressing to eventually turn 6'8", and a much different person than I would have been had I not put in a little bit of effort every day, whether it's picking up that damn weight set or doing a push up or blah blah blah. Went for a walk with the kiddos today just to get any activity. As a parent, it changes.
Yeah.
But it's so important because you're so right. I mean, whether you're getting some fresh air, whether you're pushing yourself and getting some sweat, it's so important. So the hot yoga, it's the combination of like the sauna and
mind and body. Yeah. Wow. It's insane. And it takes your body, I think, 5 times to get used to it. So the first 5 times you will be feeling nauseous. You'll want to pass out. You might pass out. It's like such a gamble.
Holy
so
shit,
hard.
That's crazy. And because you're doing it for like what, 40 minutes in like 100 and something degrees?
An hour, like 55 minutes. Yeah. In 104. I think. Yeah.
But I can only imagine the detoxification, and once you get past those 5 lessons, it probably, it becomes like any routine.
Yeah, exactly.
They say the benefit of a sauna is incredible. Like the benefit
I
of
actually listened to the podcast you did with that fitness guy.
Oh yeah. Igor, man. He's incredible. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many benefits. Joe Rogan talks about it. There's so many benefits of that. If you could do it every day, a lot of people can't have their own sauna like Joe Rogan does. So you have to go use it at the gym. It's kind of an awkward thing. And sauna for people, it's kind of weird or blah, blah, blah. But that is another solution, is like combination of yoga and the heat. So that's cool. I mean, I think that's interesting, an interesting new way of kind of doing it. Maybe some point in time, your boy's about to get up in there. Let's go, downward dog. Let's go. You know, get that shit going. That shit is crazy. If you could sit down and chop it up with anyone in the world with the steak dinner tonight, who would you want to sit down with tonight in LA?
You know what? It would be my grandpa who passed away last year.
I'm so sorry.
I miss him every day, and I would love nothing more than to have a dinner with him one last time.
There's just nothing like family, especially during these times. I just lost my uncle. And life is, it becomes more pressured, obviously, with the stuff we've been going with, you know, lately, the last couple of years too, especially. And in general, just remember to take that time, folks, as much as you can. Absolutely. I know I try to take a walk with my pops when I can, you know, try to do anything I can. My family's all over the damn place, so I can't get to see half of my brothers in Boston, my mom's in Phoenix, my sisters in NorCal. To get together, it's incredible to see us all in one place, because that's a lot of coordination, a lot of effort, and not like it used to be, right? So you just don't ever forget how precious those times are, folks. And so chopping up with Grandpa, hearing what he said, I believe in souls and energy, so I'm sure he's very proud of you.
So do I.
And your energy, as well as your, ambition to become a more of a mogul and take over. Let's go. Has there been a book that has changed your life?
I recently read A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. So going back to energy and just being grounded and being appreciative and showing gratitude. And then also, I really love any Murakami books, as well as Ayn Rand. I really liked We the Living. It just made me think really hard and cry. But pretty much every book I read is always somewhat life-changing, because books are magical.
Books are crazy, because like someone's putting their whole knowledge of their whole life into a book, and then you get to pick it up and read it. Maybe you reread it, maybe you don't, but it sticks with you sometimes, and then and you can learn quite a bit from obviously any topic in the world. There's so many books and so many topics, and you would basically, we would never be able to read all the books that are coming out even every day. But you have to pick your lane. You have to pick the things that you're drawn to. And another great person I said is, hey, if you don't like the book, just skip to the end and read the rest and then move on. It's kind of a good strategy too. Like, you don't have to be forced to the book if you're not drawn to it. Most of the time, if it's a good book, you almost can't put it down, right? Like you almost just feel drawn to it. So, but if it's not, it's kind of like you're forcing yourself. Hey, just read the summaries, get through it, say you did it, and move on. Even though that a lot of us would feel guilty to say that. Unlike a lot of people would just not get through the book and just not even finish the summaries. How I got through college, the summaries and the end of the damn book will teach you a lot if you can kind of soak that stuff in. And that's really like, they talk about, little case study or case notes. That's how you can get through college right there. Just read the summary.
Absolutely.
And then try to remember that stuff because a lot of it goes over your head anyways. So where is your favorite place to hang out? We kind of already talked about the IG, but for people to find you and connect with you, if they want to learn more about the app, if they are maybe a fashion brand or obviously yours specifically, hobbyists, collectibles, in that industry, but just interested, where's the best place to connect? On the IG?
Yeah, please message me on Instagram or follow me, or you can email me if it's about work, monica@thenetwork.com. I'm always taking inquiries or calls for anyone in the trading card community or comics or collectibles. So hit me up.
Let's go. I think this is going to continue to expand for you guys.
Yeah.
The nighttime stuff, like the nighttime opportunities, because that's more breakers and more opportunity. They're probably going to be willing to do it too, because that just helps them out, and so it's a win-win for everybody. Just like selling on eBay or selling on anything. It's a win-win for everybody because everyone's making the fee. Let's just be real. My inventory, your fee, you bring the customers, I get the product to them. Everyone's happy. You get the fee, I get paid. Let's go. Yeah, that's every app. That's been every app forever. So, now it's just happening easier and easier because of the convenience of amazing apps like NTWRK. So check them out. Check the app out. It's a really cool app. Well designed. Great flow. Very good bandwidth on the shows. When I was just watching my own, watching some of them, I'll pop your app too and just kind of see what's on there. Interesting conversations from soccer and all sorts of different things that you guys have on there. So it's very cool. I love it. Well, I appreciate your soul and energy, my friend. I continue success. Like I always say, the world is full of abundance. If you want to be a mogul, you are a mogul. Anything you want in life, you continue to put out there in the world, and you put the effort in, you put the hoof in the foot, you keep grinding at it. But this specifically is just the beginning for your opportunity that you have. Yeah. Because like you even mentioned, I mean, just it's just scratching the surface. Well, folks, you've been hanging out with an incredible soul in life, in the business of hobby, and I wish you a lot of success, continued success, my friend. I appreciate you hooking us up here at the Living the Dream Sports Cars, my business guys. Check us out on the app. We'll definitely be having some shows hopefully soon. But my friend here, Miss Monica Martinez and Travis Too Tall and Huff, we want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. Do you want to get featured on podcasts, guys? You can be a guest. And that's right, you have a story, and the people, the good folks at I Love Podcasts, that's ILUV podcasts.com, do that every single day. This is a new company, guys, in the space of podcast agency, and they realize a lot of the people in the space it's just a commodity, and they don't care. And these folks care. And I literally love Kenny and the team at I Love Podcasts, and they are doing it right for their customers. So you guys can be a guest on a show. ilovepodcast.com. That's ILUV podcasts.com. Let's go.